Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I thought I'd do something super chill. Got my hot chocolate, as usual, and I haven't got any makeup on. My hair's a bit of a mess, so let's just move past that. But I thought I would do a book haul for you. So I haven't gone out and bought all of these books in one go. I have accumulated over the past few months, and I just thought it'd be fun to show you them. Some of them I've read already. Actually, I think there's literally only one on this pile which I've read already. That's kind of bad. I forgot there's another book that I bought recently. I'm reading it at the moment. I'm gonna go and get it. Okay, I'm back. Also, I think I'm gonna hold my microphone today because it keeps falling off. I tried to clip it onto my t-shirt, but it just doesn't want to cooperate. So I'm gonna whiz through these real quick. So these three I bought in Waterstones a little while ago now. I bought the Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I have read this. I've got some tabs in there, not many. This is something I'm definitely going to reread in the future because I absolutely adored it. Like 4.5 stars, 100%. Like, now I understand. I tried to read this when I was in my first year at uni and just kept putting it down because I had other things I needed to read, so I couldn't sit down and focus on it. But this is amazing. Sylvia Plath's writing style and the characters, just like, this is the blueprint for an unhinged female narrator. Highly recommend. It's a classic for a reason. Also, I love this cover. I remember when I saw this cover a few years ago and I wasn't a big fan, but it's actually amazing. I don't know what I was thinking. Another classic I picked up is Dracula, one of the lovely Penguin English Library editions. I actually picked up Dracula. It's always been like in the back of my head as something I want to read, but I watched Jamie Bower actually do a live reading of a chapter of this book. Just narrated that perfectly. The way he read it, his voice was made to read audiobooks, literally, and Dracula perfectly fit with his voice. And I hadn't actually read anything from Dracula before or seen any other readings or chapters or excerpts from it, and the way he read it and the part that he read just made me really want to pick it up. And this one I picked up just randomly because I saw the cover and just fell in love with it. I don't know, there's something about this pink. Clearly I was in a very pink mood that day. But this is When You Call My Name by Tucker Shaw. I watched someone recently on YouTube. They read this. Did Jack Edwards read this? Or am I completely making that up? It's set in the 1990s in New York City, and it follows two boys, Adam and Ben. I think it's just before the AIDS kind of crisis within the gay community. So it just sounds really, really, really good. I think it's a YA, and I haven't read a YA in a while. Ooh, we have a hardback. I don't buy hardbacks very often because they are quite expensive. I do have a really nice hardback shelf though now. Can you see that? The Porcelain doll I actually found in the clearance section of Waterstones, and I would try and explain it to you, but I'm just going to read the blurb because I feel like that does it so much more justice than if I tried to round this up. In a faraway kingdom in a long ago land, Rosie lived peacefully in Moscow, and her mother told her fairy tales. One summer night, all that came abruptly to an end when her father and sister were gunned down. Now Rosie's only inheritance from her reclusive mother is a notebook full of eerie, handwritten tales, but there is another story lurking between the lines. Currently studying at Oxford University, Rosie has a fiancé who knows nothing of her former life. Desperate for answers to the questions that have tormented her, Rosie returns to her homeland and uncovers a devastating family history, which spans the 1917 revolution, the siege of Leningrad, Stalin's purges, and beyond. At the heart of those answers stands a young, noble woman, Tanya, as pretty as a porcelain doll whose actions reverberate across the century. I'm getting kind of like folk tales, magical realism, family drama. I just think it sounds really cool. Like, I haven't read anything like that before. Sounds pretty cool to me, so I thought I'd give it a go. These next few I picked up whilst I was in Cardiff. I wasn't going to buy any books in Cardiff. Actually, that's a lie. I knew I was going to go book shopping in Cardiff, but I was actually going to go like secondhand book shopping, but I didn't really get the chance. And I did go and drop into Waterstones in Cardiff and HMV as well. I got Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste, and I read Everything I Never Told You, a couple years ago and loved it. I love their writing style. I just think it's gorgeous. And I did see a little bit of the TV adaptation they did of this, I think with Reese Witherspoon. I think she might have directed it, but I could be wrong. The other one I got is The Ocean at the End of the Lane. This is by Neil Gaiman. I really like a lot of Neil Gaiman's work. I read more of his like children's literature, so like Coraline and The Graveyard Boy. I really enjoyed, but I thought I'd give this one a go because I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and also I just love the cover. Look at the cover. I really did pick it up based on the cover. I actually don't even know what it's about. I assume it's about the ocean at the end of the lane. And the other book I picked up whilst I was in Cardiff is The Lonely Castle in the Mirror. Ali, or Alison Pages on YouTube. I love her channel. I just think it's the coziest, cutest, just most wholesome content ever. And one of her favourite books is Lonely Castle in the Mirror, and I thought I would give it a go. She actually did because she holds a reading club, and this was one of the picks for September, I think, and I didn't get a chance to read along, but I do have it in my possession now, and it is something that I've been looking at for a little while. There's something about Japanese authors and their writing I just fall in love with. There's quite a lot of Japanese authors that I've read over the past couple years, and I've adored their books. They've been like 4 or 5 star reads for me. So I'm really excited about this one. It just seems really magical and cozy and strange and weird, and I just think that's great. These next couple books I picked up at a few different charity shops a couple weeks ago. So we've got a bit of a random bunch of reads here. The first one is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It's the first book in the trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and I was kind of a bit cautious to buy a brand new copy, so I did borrow it from the library, but each time I borrowed it from the library I haven't been able to finish it or pick it up in time before I need to take it back. So I thought I do need a copy of my own, so I found one secondhand, and it's in perfect condition, which is awesome. It is a fantasy dystopian YA. I feel like sometimes with fantasies they can be really hit or miss with me. I never know if I'm going to like them or not because it's not a genre that I read a lot. This next one is a little bit of a mystery thriller. It's The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I saw a booktuber mention this a few videos ago. I can't remember who it was now, but they said it was really good, and me and my mom both really like reading mystery thrillers, so I thought we'd give this one a go because the blurb got me, because I was like, girl. Also, I love mystery thrillers because they're so quick to get through, and especially if they're done well, they're very gripping. The Family Upstairs. 1 house, 2 families, 3 bodies. In a large house in London's fashionable Chelsea, a baby is awake in her cot. Well fed and cared for, she is happily waiting for someone to pick her up. In the kitchen lie 3 decomposing corpses. Close to them is a hastily scrawled note. They've been dead for several days. Who has been looking after the baby, and where did they go? Ooh, girl, that sounds pretty good to me. That sounds pretty damn good. I have a collection of Virginia Woolf's classics. So in here we have Orlando, Mrs. Dalloway, and To the Lighthouse. I actually quite enjoy Virginia Woolf. I read a little bit of her during my degree and wrote some essays on, I believe it was A Room of One's Own. And I don't know, there's something about this, the fact that like this cover, I don't know, there's something about it, and the fact it just like screams Virginia Woolf on the spine. Just really satisfying and just looks really cool. This is a great classic library edition. Never seen these before, but I'm very excited. And it was only $1.49 from Oxfam, so thank you, Oxfam. This I probably should have showed at the start because this is one that I'm actually currently reading. This is The Idiot by Elif Bautman, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. As you can see, I already have quite a lot of tabs in here. There's been some annotations, some underlining. I'm definitely going to be posting a couple pictures of my favourite lines from this on my Instagram soon because they're just great. When we follow narrators that just come across as really just an average person and they're just trying to navigate life, there's something about that for me which is just perfect, and I just love reading. I really like Selin as a character. I also just adore this first line because it just sums up basically the rest of the book and how it will go, especially the narration. I didn't know what emo was until I got to college. That is perfect. It's perfect in summing up the way she talks in this, the way she discovers new things about life, university, friendships, relationships, this strange love that she seems to have kind of connected herself with, and it's just amazing. I love it. And there's so many just random facts and passages on things she's learnt in university classes and linguistics, which I found really interesting. I know not everyone would. And finally, the last couple books which I actually picked up today, which kind of sparked me to do this book haul, isn't one that I've bought, but I did pick it up from the library and thought it'd be fun to show you anyway. It is The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag. It's a graphic novel. I've seen it before in the library. I don't actually know what it's about much, but from the back, I'm guessing we've got a bit of queer representation and young love and relationships and friendships, and the art style is really, really cute, so I'm very excited to start reading that. But the last two books I have to show you, the first one is maybe not that interesting to a lot of you, but I was kind of excited when I found this. So this is the Macmillan History of Literature, the 19th Century English Literature by Margaret Stonyk, and this was £1. It was buy one get one free actually, so I got 2 books for £1. I also got Robert Louis Stevenson's The Strange Case of Dr. Jeckyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Tales of Terror. I read Jeckyll and Hyde for GCSE and I did have a copy of it. I don't know where it's gone, but I know it was very heavily annotated with a lot of pink and yellow luminous highlighter. So yes, I probably will. I kind of want to reread it as well because I haven't actually read it since GCSE, which is now about 5 or 6 years ago, which is actually sickening. This is basically just a book on literary theory, and I was really psyched to see this in a charity shop in my small town. So I'm actually really excited to read this and annotate it and just learn. Since I've finished my degree and I've had time to myself, there's been just random subjects which I've always wanted to learn about that I've just started teaching myself. So that was all of the books I wanted to show you. I'll try and hold up the stack. Shall we see if I can hold up the stack? It goes off the screen. Thanks for watching. I'm going to end this here before I create any more chaos. It's been lovely talking to you and filming again. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know any videos you would like to see. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.